Good evening, welcome to the June, what's the date? 9th, thank you everyone, June 9th school board meeting, and we'll have the kindergarten class lead us with a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now, in honor of America's 250th birthday, we would like to sing a song for you.
Yes. Yes, we would.
I'm going to stand right with you. We'll sing it twice if anybody wants to join us the second time around.
A-M-E-R-I-C-A. I love America every day. If you love America like I do, you can sing the song and I'll sing with you. Oh, I love America. Oh, I love America. Oh, I love America. I do. I do. I do.
All right, round two if you want to join in. A-M-E-R-I-C-A. I love America every day. If you love America like I do, you can sing the song and I'll sing with you. Oh, I love America. Oh, I love America. Oh, I love America. I do. I do. I do. Happy birthday, America.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. Good job.
All right, so we'll give them a minute to clear out. All right, that was adorable. We also have the 8th grade Washington DC trip update. Ladies first. I must. What a guy. Don't be nervous. I forgot the date, so.
All right, well, thanks for having us. We just wanted to run you through our DC trip. Where do I aim this? Oh, great. Okay, so Navee, you want to join us? All right, you are no stranger to this podium, miss. Right?
That's all right, we have it all set for you. We're ready to roll.
All right. Let me introduce Kim Cordero, Charlie Perrotta, and Nevaeh Jackman. They're going to be speaking to their adventure, so we're going to rip through this pretty quick. First day we went to Washington Monument. We had a great time. It was about 100 degrees every day. The bus ride down was eventful. Yeah. Yep, it was great. It was a great time. It was hot on one of the buses, not on the other. And our first stop was the Washington Monument. The kids were great. They were so excited to be in DC. If anybody wants this anytime, you just let me know.
You're doing great.
Oh. Washington Monument, it always makes the kids look so little. Then we went off to the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, Cam, there's you. Adorable. It was a great trip. It was a great time. The kids had a blast. We visited the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. We had an awesome opportunity to look up some people and family members that we had previously researched to make sure we knew where they were at on the wall. And that was really interesting for a lot of kids. We also got to look up Donald Wilkinson's, who we later at Arlington National Cemetery got to do a wreath-laying ceremony for, which was really touching. We went to the Korean War Veterans Memorial, walked around some more. Nice time there. We headed off to the Jefferson Memorial. Had a great time exploring there. It's always so interesting to just look at everything that our nation's capital has to offer for kids for free to observe and learn about. So that was our first 20-mile day. They were great though. These kids couldn't have been more resilient in their walking and their want to have fun. It was just the best trip. We started off at Martin Luther King Memorial. Had a great time visiting there. That's kind of near the water, so we had a little bit of a breeze. Some nice group photos. It was also 100 degrees this day. We have one of our fearless leaders and our class president who was listening to the radio talks. We visited the International Spy Museum, where we had one person actually finish the hang for this to be deemed a spy, right? That's a hard task. It's like 60 seconds of drop hang. So that was pretty phenomenal. I think it was our class president, actually.
Plus also like the handle and stuff was slippery and all.
It was real tricky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we went to Arlington National Cemetery. This is always a really poignant part of the trip for the kids to see in real time and in real life the impact of everybody who lost their lives fighting for our country. We went to the changing of the guard, which was really interesting because this time it was just a little bit different from what it normally is. So the kids were sort of treated to that. This was the wreath-laying ceremony for Donald Wilkinson. Both groups got to visit that. We went to the National Archives, where we saw the Bill of Rights.
Plus, also one of our buses got to go into the restricted section thanks to our amazing tour guide,
Yes, you were very lucky because who did you get to see there?
Alexander Hamilton.
Exactly. You got to see Alexander Hamilton's statue. But that was really cool. That's a really cool place. Then we went to the Smithsonian Museum of American History. There's Tom's again. And who's that, Charlie? Tell us a little about Ernie. He's like a famous, what is he? Yes, you do. Come on, this is why you're here.
He's like a TikToker that does little dances and stuff, and for some reason people love it.
He is sought after, super famous TikToker who the kids just absolutely love. Oh, were those the words you were planning on saying? Okay. So this was a great time. We got to see everything from Dorothy's red shoes to the actual flag of the Star-Spangled Banner, which was the first time I had ever seen that. I had no idea how big it was. I mean, it's massive. It's the size of this room. It's incredible. What an amazing, amazing trip. What else did we see there in the in this museum?
I think you named it all.
It was 102 that day too, so our brains were all fried. Then we went on a dinner dance cruise. We had the best weather for that, and were treated to one of the best sunsets I know I had ever seen.
That was fun.
It was
Like,
so
really
fun.
fun.
What did you love about it?
Mostly when we basically got to like mess around and hang out at the top of the cruise. That was real fun.
Mm-hmm. There's a nice dock up on top. Kim, what about you? What did you love about it?
The food.
Okay, it was a buffet. What did you love about it?
Sitting up on the top of it, watching the sunset.
It was nice, right?
Same, but messing around.
Yeah. Okay. And the music. And the music. This was the best DJ, next to PJ the DJ, of course, but this was the best DJ ever. These middle school kids had a great time. They got to mingle with another school, which was really nice. Just some other pictures, kids just being kids and getting a chance to take a break. Day 3, nope, don't want to text. We got to go to the National Zoo and we saw, what did we see? You tell them.
Baby elephant.
Baby elephants.
Plus there was a
Aw.
red panda enclosure and they ran away before I could see them.
Oh, that's sad. But we also got to see a baby silverback gorilla, and we also got to see a baby panda.
Okay, those were horrible.
I died over it. Oh, they were so cute. They were just munching on bamboo. It was the most adorable thing. Also a hot day.
Plus when you went to like the panda house, they would mess around with boxes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They had like enclosures where they were built, and it was great. It was nice because it was an enclosed area. Kids got to explore, so that was wonderful. It was really hot. Even the tiger thought so.
How hot was it?
It was 102 both days, and both days was a 20-mile walk.
And then on the
thank
way
you.
to DC with the bus,
No, 10 mile. Total of 28 miles in 3 days, I think. Yeah.
But the bus when the Seabrook down, it was worse.
You're absolutely right. Then we went to the Capitol building. This was an especially really interesting tour because we had an opportunity to meet with one of Seabrook's alumni, Maddie Carrero, who is a Senate page, doing remarkable work there. I think as a junior, Meredith.
Correct.
She's a junior. So this is Maddie right here, and she made it a point to come and find us and talk with some of the kids from Seabrook to just sort of let them know, like, hey, these opportunities are out there. And she got to sort of take us around and tour with us a little bit, and that was just fantastic. It was really nice for the kids to see what Winnicott can offer in regards to kids who are interested in politics and law. Tour of the U.S. Capitol building, that was really, there's Wendy again. That was super fun. I love this one because kids have earphones on, earplugs, what do you call them? Headphones. So it's really quiet. So if you take it off, it's like a nice, you get a chance to like just look around. It's a great tour. We went to the Library of Congress, which I think is one of the most beautiful buildings in the entire country. It was great. Yeah, what did you like most about it?
I liked how like on the ceiling they put like famous writers and stuff on the top.
Did you see anyone in particular?
Shakespeare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. What did you like about this place?
Probably like seeing like that room where there was like glass, so you saw everyone working down there.
That was really neat. What about you?
Being able to look down on the man,
Oh, how it was wide open, you could see everything, yeah, that's really neat. We went to the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History.
I loved that.
You loved it,
It
tell me
had the
about it.
Hope Diamond and tons of other cool crystals.
Yep, there's Ernie again, with Mr. Felch.
I had to get the photo.
This is always a hit with kids. It's nice and cool in there, and there's something for everyone. This year, we incorporated a little bit more fun into one of the days. We took the kids to Pinstripes, where they got to spend some time bowling, eating pizza. Well, no, it wasn't pizza actually, it was pasta and pizza. And just, they had a great time. I was the best bowler, wasn't I, Charlie?
Cool on that. Cool on the sleeve.
I had 8 threads of 0. And my name went from a great nickname to loser. But then I ended up back up at the goat, so that was good. I think I had a score of 8. Total. But this was a great time. This was so fun. And then day 4, we started our morning at the Manassas National Battlefield, which was also the, what else, the other name that they,
Bull Run.
Yeah, this is where the Battle of Bull Run happened. It was, what did you think was so interesting about this place?
So it mentioned like the guy, he said the Civil War started in my backyard and then it ended on my front porch because the guys who brought the paper to him to sign to end the Civil War, they like came in through his front door and had it done. So I thought that was really interesting. The guy who started the war also managed to end the war.
And it was also really cool that you could see how close the cannons were. Like, what did you think about that?
I like being able to see inside the cannon.
You got to look inside of the cannon. You got to learn the mechanics of the cannon as well, didn't you? Yeah, that was really neat. But it was shocking to see how close they were, like facing each other. It made it, and that's the house, right, Nevaeh?
I'm sad we can't go in the house. That would have been cool.
It would have been very cool. That's Flavio, our guide. He had each one of our students read one of the placards, which was great. They did a wonderful job with that. A few more pictures of Manassas. And then we went to the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center, the Air and Space Museums. You want to talk about that one? Nope. All right, what a great job.
What a great job.
The line to Shack Shake was unreasonably long.
The line to Shake Shack was unreasonably long. You are not off on that. But what else can you tell me about this place? Okay, so it was really neat. There were spaceships there. Okay, do you know?
I saw a lot of like cool planes, and then towards the back you could see a spaceship. My favorite part was probably like seeing a B-12.
Yeah, B-12 bomber.
Plus with like the planes, they were like war planes and stuff, like World War planes.
Mhm.
So
And all the engines. Very good. All right. So this was a great time. And that's Evan, our bus driver for bus 2. They loved him.
what about Q?
Q was great.
We love Q.
And then here's your fearless team. I think it was 1:40 a.m. here. You think it was closer to 2? It might have been closer to 2.
My
It
mom
was
didn't
still smiling though. It was a great time. And then there's Flavio walking to the airport, saying, "See you later." On the flip side. All right, now's your tell them what your favorite part is. Go. You're in. You're on it. Charlie, go first. Get it done and over with. Well, think really quick.
I'll go with my favorite part.
All right, Nevaeh, ladies first.
So I would say my favorite part, the cruise. I know that it's like a common thing, but I really thought that like being able to interact with a different school at like a party setting is really fun. It was really fun, especially when I got to go to the top of the roof and hang out with my friends and make jokes on there with looking at the like sunset and stuff.
Nice. Good job. Cam?
My favorite part was the spy museum. I thought it was really cool to see like how like spies during like Soviet Union times and like all throughout like how they became spies or like what it took to be a spy and like the whole interactive thing that we did with like the cards. And I also like seeing like it showed like the actual people that were spies and like the gadgets that they used and different stuff like that. That was really
Plus
neat.
with how like long ago spies lasted and stuff.
Yeah.
Because when we think about spies, we think about like the modern spy.
Mission
Basically,
Impossible.
There's like spies.
Right. Exactly. Mission
Yeah.
Impossible.
My favorite part was probably being able to have a new experience with some of my friends that I wasn't able to do before.
That's great.
Awesome.
Nice, Charlie.
I know, you're gonna make us cry.
And then we had some kids who decided that DC wasn't for them and they stayed back, but they had a great staycation with Miss N and Mr. Keelan. Mr. Keelan McKenzie.
Hi everyone. For those that I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Keelan McKenzie. I am the Spanish teacher here at Seabrook Middle School, and I was also part of the staycation squad, the staycation team with Miss Negron. We had a wonderful week. Just like Charlie had said, it was great being able to see our kids outside of the classroom, being able to bond, really make some connections, try new experiences, and create some lasting memories. When we were creating our schedule, some of our kids really wanted our first day to be at a nursing home, a local nursing home. So we went to Cornerstone over in Hampton. We don't have any pictures from there just to respect the residents there, but it was fantastic just being able to see our students really connecting and just being human beings outside the classroom. It was really, really, it was just something I'd never seen from these kids, which was amazing to see. And along with it, two of our students actually played songs. They brought their guitar, they were able to sing, and we were also invited back. So we're hoping next year, at the beginning, at the end of the year, wherever it may be, to go back to visit those residents as well. After that, this is our squad here. After we went to the nursing home, we went to a local playground as well and just had some snacks. This was one of our really big bonding opportunities where the kids could just hang out. We brought some frisbees, we did a challenge on the slide, just a lot of little things that really let the kids be kids, which was fantastic. Day 2, after this, you can see myself pushing everybody with a reaction on the spinning slide thing. Again, I would have never thought a playground would be as much fun for these kids, but there was just so much laughter, and there was just so much energy, so much positive energy, which was just fantastic to see. Day 2, we went to Mel's Funway Park. This was in Litchfield, New Hampshire. So many opportunities for the kids. We went go-karting. We also saw a mini farm, which was right next door to Mel's. We had a student here that was going to help present about staycation. He had to leave last second. He would have said that I lost to everybody in go-karting. I'm on the opposite side. I, of course, beat everybody in go-karting.
Hard to believe.
Very hard to believe, right? Again, these are more pictures of the go-karting. We played laser tag, which again, I beat everybody in laser tag.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Especially not
that
for
I had made sure to tell the teachers, to remind them, all of the students that were there, that I beat everybody. And I got so many looks that day, it was awesome. It was fantastic. There was just so much laughter throughout this day, so many smiles, there was really no negatives. We had pizza, we were outside, along with laser tag, we had bumper boats. It was just overall such an amazing day, an opportunity for these kids just to laugh with their classmates before they go to Winnicott. Just truly an amazing experience. We don't have any pictures from days 3 and 4, but days 3 were the trampoline park over in Pelham, Altitude, which was another fantastic experience. And then we had a family dinner type of experience at an Applebee's on the way back. So kids ordered food and we just sat and talked. Again, it sounds simple, but it was just such an opportunity for everyone to connect. And once we got back here, it was just amazing to have those connections and be able to see those kids in that light and then in the classroom as well. On day 4 as well, we had an experience at Odiorn State Park, and overall it was just amazing to be able to see these kids, for them to have an opportunity outside of Seabrook as well. So just be able to see the New Hampshire communities.
Mm-hmm. And we would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to say thank you to the people who made this happen, because we are so lucky to have our school in a community where businesses and parents and community groups want the very best for our kids and will stop at nothing to give it to them. So the Hampton Crime Line, Seabrook Line, and God, I hope we have not forgotten anybody, and if we did, please forgive us. The Hampton Crime Line, Seabrook's Lions Club, Chris's Comics, the PTO of Seabrook, the Rotary Club of Hampton. There was an anonymous donor who took care of a good chunk. Seabrook Firefighters Charitable Association, the Trinity Church, the Winter Circle Cornhole Association, Grand Classroom, who's the remarkable team of people who helped plan our trip and take care of the paperwork part of it, and all of the other donors who so generously contributed to our fundraising efforts, whether it was with time or baskets or money or snacks. We had people from our board donating snacks and waters, and those were well used. So thank you so much. Anybody want to say anything else?
I think you covered all the thank yous.
Well,
So she did not cover all the thank yous because thank you to the 8th grade team. You guys do this every single year. The amount of work that you put in for these fundraisers, the cornhole tournaments, the wreaths, just like all these extra things that you do outside of your regular job is absolutely amazing. And it's very recognized and very appreciated. And I just want to say thank you to you guys every year. Thank you. And great job speaking up there. You guys did great. Awesome. So now we will open public comment at 4:56. So if anybody would like to speak, just come up to the podium, your name, your address, and you have about 5 minutes to speak.
Good evening. Alright, well, I get finished here. Rachel McCormick, Violet Lane. I know you've all met me before, been here prior. For the third time, I'm standing before the board, asking the same question, why has nothing changed? How many times does a parent have to come before the board, provide documentation, provide evidence, raise concerns and plead for help before someone's willing to act? Because what's happening is no longer just about my son. Parents throughout this district are reaching out to me, not because I work for the district, not because I know legal attorney work, not because I hold any position of authority. They're reaching out because they're scared, frustrated, exhausted, and desperate. They're viewing your YouTube. They're hearing what I'm saying, and it's happening to them too. They're telling me stories about services being denied, concerns being ignored, children struggling without support, and families feeling powerless. My question's simple. Why are parents coming to me instead of receiving help from the people being paid to provide it? Why are families finding support through other parents instead of through the district itself? And while that's happening, my own child continues to be failed. Why is my son still being secluded while he's being suspended for documented manifestations of his disability? Let me make it clear, there is a letter from my child's treating pediatrician that clearly states what the manifestations of his disability is, including vocalizations and dysregulation. He's being suspended for that. He was suspended Monday after being kept in your office for over an hour while I was on the phone with him while he was completely calm against what's written in his IEP and his safety plan. It states when he is calm and regulated, he's returned to class. That didn't happen.
Just as a point of order, so I know you're here to speak to the board and I'm not trying to disrupt that. I would just advise people that remedies for the special education process are initially through the special education team. There's a complaint process and a resolution process.
I understand that. I've followed that. I'd like the board to know, ma'am.
I understand, but not everyone may be aware of that. So there is a process that people can go through. It's laid out in the special education procedural safeguards, and if families have questions, they're welcome to reach out. I've not been contacted by any other families.
There's a reason for that. So if I may continue, he was kept in the office for over an hour despite May 27th sitting in an IEP meeting. My son attended that IEP meeting. Everybody's sitting here and with the district's attorney present. He made it clear how he was being treated. He made it clear that when he's held against his will, nobody's calling me, nobody's letting me know. I was assured I would be notified immediately. Thank God I have my son's cell phone written into his IEP. My 12-year-old is contacting me when he's being held in these rooms, okay? He contacted me at 8:40 in the morning. I spent an hour and 6 minutes on the phone with him while he was at your front office. Not once did the principal call, the assistant principal, his case manager, not one adult. I emailed while I was on the phone with him, and I CC'd the principal and the assistant principal. No return email as of today on that one, by the way. So eventually, after, I believe it was 9:06 in the morning, I got a phone call and was told that Lorenzo was being suspended. This suspension happened to come on the same exact day that Lorenzo had a classroom observation for a neuropsych eval that the district said they needed importantly. When I picked my son up and I asked what happened, I was told their version, a complete opposite version of what my son had relayed to me while sitting there calmly. I asked to see video evidence because my son was in a hallway when it occurred. No. I've requested the behavioral report, the data, the incident report, nothing. I don't get any of that. My biggest question is, why is the principal's office being used as a calm down space? That's not a calm down space for a disabled child. How does a child learn emotional regulation where the place he's repeatedly brought to is the same place associated with punishment, discipline, investigation, suspensions, and being in trouble? Let me make it clear. The assistant principal's office is listed as one of his calm down spaces. Either that or the LCP room 6 minutes across the school. Because from where I sit, it doesn't look therapeutic, and it's not. It looks punitive, and it looks retaliatory. And if the district truly believes that the assistant principal's office is the least restrictive and most appropriate environment available to a disabled child in crisis, then I believe the board owes the public an explanation on that one. I've requested a calm down space near my son's classroom pod, not once, twice. I've been denied. I have the prior written notice, just says there's no room available, not in the entire school. Yet verbally I was told, I'm expected to believe that the entire public school building has no suitable space available except a disciplinary office or a room 6 minutes away that my son has to travel through the hallways while dysregulated in front of his classmates. Think about that. A disabled child is expected to walk through hallways full of students while in distress because the district claims there's nowhere else available. How is that preserving his dignity? How is that reducing escalation? How is that supporting his disability? How is that educationally appropriate? And if there's truly no available space in the building, then what's the plan for other kids that require that space? Because this answer isn't acceptable. This accommodation is not legal, but perhaps the most disturbing issue is the one the district continues to ignore. I've repeatedly brought forward concerns regarding a school employee who's made my son and myself and my parents uncomfortable. I'm not going to mention, I know what I'm allowed to say and not to say in this moment.
Thank you.
I've been advised. I provided documentation and evidence to the school district on why this person should not have contact with my child. They've been made aware, and instead of respecting my son's wishes in that IEP meeting when he said he did not want contact with this person, the district doubled his time with her inside of his IEP. Actually, in his IEP, one of his goals written is to foster a positive relationship with this professional. IEP goals are supposed to be educationally based, not relationship based. That's the law. I'll skip that part because I'm not allowed to mention it legally. After I began speaking publicly about my concerns regarding my son's safety, education, and treatment, I was advised by the district's attorney to stop addressing you, stop addressing the school board, and stop talking about it on social media because it prevents them from helping me. That's a real quote. Those are the words used, harder to help. I would like the board to explain how publicly advocating for my disabled child makes it harder to help him. Because from a parent's perspective, speaking out became necessary only after repeated attempts to address these concerns were failed. Trust me, I don't want to stand up here and humiliate myself. While my advocate and I were attempting to provide this evidence to the district, I was also dismissed by the second attorney that represents the district and told that in reference to the correspondence that happened, no good deed goes undone. That will make sense at a later date.
Rachel, I don't mean to cut you off. Is there anybody that wants to give their extra 5 minutes to Rachel so that she can continue speaking?
I'm okay with that. I can finish up. Long story short,
Okay.
my son hasn't got his services. He never will. I've come to terms with that. I don't feel like my son's safe in this school. I've begged this board to help, and unfortunately nothing's happened, and it's continued to escalate. So from here, it's going to be a public matter. I've given you guys every opportunity to correct the behavior of the people and people that surround my son. And if my son could, he'd like to use public comment also. And is it okay if I stand next to him?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Go on, baby.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo, and I am a 6th grade student at this district. I'm almost going to 7th grade, and I've come here today because, frankly, I just feel unsafe at this school. A lot of adults keep talking about me, making bad decisions about me, and writing negative reports about me. But little to no people actually bother to listen to me. Instead, they surround me, back me in the corners, and then claim I'm assaulting them and making them feel threatened if I try to move past them to get space or go to class. Every day, I have to walk into this building and put up with the blatant disrespect that they give to me. Sometimes, I try to remove myself from the situation, but instead of giving me space and accepting my boundaries, the adults follow me. If an adult knows I'm trying to calm down, why would they keep escalating the situation? It makes me feel like they want me. It makes me feel like they want me to be escalated. Most adults don't listen to my side. It feels like the adults will always be believed, no matter what. The adults who were supposed to help me and follow my IEP have not listened to the IEP on multiple occasions, which has caused multiple problems for me over the years. All I ask is for the adults around me, the ones who are supposed to help me, to treat me like any other kid and to respect my IEP. I am taken to offices and kept there sometimes for hours. I don't like being left in there. Even if I am calm, they won't let me return to class. My IEP says I'm allowed in class as soon as I'm calm. They leave me in there and don't even tell my mom. I have to constantly call my mom and ask her for help while I'm trapped in these spaces for no reason. I don't get upset when I'm treated like a human being. I always get along with my classmates. If I have such bad behavior, why have I never had an issue with any of the kids in my school? Because kids treat me as an equal and don't try to hurt me. Adults do that here. I am asking for not only help, but for you to change how the adults here treat kids with autism. I had a one-to-one tell me in my class, in front of everyone, to raise my hand like a normal kid, whatever that means. That's just one instance of how I'm verbally attacked daily. Lisa. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lorenzo.
Thank you.
Just for the record.
It's Chan.
Chairman of CIA.
Thank
Amanda Smith, South Main Street. On May 15th, 2026, my son came home from school with an ice pack pressed to the side of his head. After seeing this, I immediately contacted the school and I was informed that administration was currently speaking with the other students' parents and that I would receive a call very soon. When they called me, the assistant principal told me his version of events, which actually did not include a huge portion of the story that I had heard from my son and later 2 other student witnesses. For the sake of the story, I'm going to refer to the other kid as AD. AD and my son were playing with a ball during gym a few minutes before school was supposed to be let out. My son, AD kicked the ball to my son, and my son tried to hit the ball back, but missed several times. AD thought my son was intentionally doing this and swung a wiffle ball bat at full force to my son's head. I received documentation detailing the gym teacher's version. At this point, the teacher looked over and saw the boys staring angrily at each other. She started to head over in their direction. I have statements from 2 other students who said that AD shoved my son to the ground, punched, and then slapped him, though this teacher's statement didn't cover this. After seeing the boys staring at each other, the next thing she knew was that they were on top of each other. When she reached the boys, she saw my son fighting AD. In an attempt to free himself, they broke apart, so the teacher sent them both to sit down in chairs and waited for the assistant principal. No one asked if my son was okay. After a bat had struck him to the head, he went to the nurse and was given an ice pack and was sent on his way. Both kids were suspended for 1 day. The staff spoke only to the 2 students involved and drew their own conclusion about what had happened. Despite sending me a letter stating that they conducted a thorough investigation, other students witnessed more of what happened than the teacher did. On the documents that I received, the teacher said that she saw them staring angrily at each other at 2:19 p.m. School ends at 2:30. Does that mean that a thorough investigation only takes 11 minutes? I asked to see video footage of this event, and I was told that cameras don't record during class times. That statement alone seems like a huge safety concern. Why have cameras at all? The school nurse even got details wrong in her report, stating that my son was hit with a ball instead of a bat. I have many other points I would love to make about this, but for the sake of time, thank you.
Thank you, Anita.
Hi, my name is Alexis Shagman. I am the mother of Paisley.
Excuse me, can you say that again?
My name is Alexis. Sorry. My name is Alexis Shagnon. I am the mother of Paisley Joe Shagnon, who is in the 4th grade. I'm very distraught right now. Earlier this year at a field trip, I was told by Paisley's teacher that her anxiety is so bad that she looks like she is crawling out of her skin constantly. It took for the 4th grade for them to say something about this. So I've done my share as a parent and put her on medication. In the process, we're in the process of getting her an IEP, and the district said that they stated that her low scores were due to an extreme vision problem that they tried to diagnose. But I personally took her for a private eye exam, and she only needs glasses for a slight vision issue in reading. So now my daughter has to go through the IEP testing once again, which let me remind you, it takes, well, I haven't told you this, but it takes 3 hydroxyzine from my Paisley to be able to do testing. Now, I don't find that right at all. I'm very discouraged, and I want answers. I don't think she needs to go through this testing again. I'm very disappointed in the school system. That's all I'd like to say.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thanks, Lisa.
Would anybody else like to speak while public comment is open? Okay, I'm gonna keep it open. We'll move on to student report. I believe that was a part of the Winnicott, or do we have another student report? Did you have another report today?
No,
that was it. When are we
No, we
gonna
have
do
a celebration.
Perfect.
What celebration?
Oh,
Student celebration.
so student celebration?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing right now? That's what we're doing.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yes, okay, I'm sorry.
Should have probably
I can't handle these.
changed the sequence of that in hindsight, but we did.
So each month, Mr. Constant worked with our 2 students.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, Nevaeh, Paloma.
And unfortunately, Paloma's sick today, so she couldn't be here with
Yeah.
us. We didn't get a chance to recognize either one of them at the last meeting, but I can speak on behalf of myself that how much I thoroughly enjoyed every month when you and your little sidekick got up here and just, it was insightful, it was amusing, you were like a comedy team, you kept it light, but you also included all the important work that we do at every single grade level, and I don't think I could have articulated it any better. You're gonna be a tough act to follow, let me tell you. Those 7th grade students better get ready.
And get ready when it kind of high school.
Yeah.
But this is a good example of Nevaeh because when she came here tonight to be celebrated, but then got nervous that she didn't have anything prepared. So when, I don't have anything prepared. I said, no, it's all about celebrating you. So when you get to Winnicott, you're gonna be involved with all the clubs and student government and all the things that Winnicott offers. And we can't wait to hear what all of that is. For both you and Paloma and the whole 8th grade graduating class.
Yeah, and I'm
on
so
Thursday
proud of the
night.
other students that were
Yeah.
able to get up
Yeah.
tonight as well.
The whole
because,
class, graduating class.
If you had thought about them being able to stand here and being so nervous, like how far they've grown from the time I've been here and all the time that all the teachers have had the wonderful opportunity of like who they are now as 8th graders and when they go to Winnicott, how they can represent the best of us.
Isn't that secret? You don't even have to say anything.
But she wants to.
I really wanted to get into doing the student report because I knew that it would benefit me. I heard about the debate club that One Connect provides, and I really wanted to get into that along with other pieces of writing, as in the future I want to do writing as a career. So I really saw this opportunity as a way that I can improve literature and the way that I write. So I really love the opportunity that I got to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You gotta go.
So cute. Great. Nice. So thank you for letting us.
Oh, of course. We'll move on to approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the May 12th, school board minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the May 12th minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to reports, the SAU reports.
I'm happy to defer in the interest of time. I know
Okay.
we have a lot, so I don't know if Dr. Tierney or-
Me as well.
Oh, okay, great,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to, the, middle school principal report.
Should I defer?
I was just gonna say, you deferred too.
Yeah, I just have an updated version, I know it was presented at the joint school board of our, portrait of a learner. We did not upload it, but I'm happy to provide you with the, copy. I do wanna thank the 8th grade team, for all that they have done and being a part of tonight, cause this is a crazy week for everybody. A reminder, graduation is Thursday at 6 p.m. and we hope that the weather gods are with us. There's a 15% chance of rain, and we want to have it outside so bad. So let's hope. We'll let parents know probably tomorrow. But we practice inside and outside today, so they'll know either way. If you're gonna be outside, bring bug spray. If you're gonna be inside, bring a hand fan. It's really hot in the gym. And then one other thing that I feel like I need to add as we end the year, because we've been meeting with grade level teams, is our absenteeism is pretty high. We have 66%, 26% of our kids are chronically absent, and we've changed the beginning of the day for students with movement of classes, and we are going to start with a core class. And we really need students to get to school and to get to school on time. And you'll be hearing that theme, and we need the parents to help support that. If you're absent 18 days, that's chronically absent.
Just 2 days a month.
2 days.
It adds up.
We have one grade level that certain students have 60% of absences. So when we look at achievement and how our students are doing, you can't make up for that lost time. You have to be in school. So that's my absence song. That's it.
You're next.
I guess I'm next. All right. I'm going to defer some of what's in my report. There's quite a bit there. It was certainly a very full month of May and beginning of June. So much when I look at the report, so much of what I have to say is thanking the PTO for everything they've done. This just scratches the surface for what they do for our school, but their contribution to bring field day back was huge. We had a very successful return for field day, and they were a really big part of making that such a fun experience for our kids. We also had a great number of volunteers, parent volunteers, community volunteers, and so it was a really awesome event. And the beach field trip continued. That was today. We had a great day for that. Just a lot of organization that goes unpaid, and so we really appreciate all of that from our PTO. Everything from, again, the field day to helping incentivize testing and coming up with ways to motivate kids for their academic tests at the end of the year. They helped with our baby chick hatching project, which was not as successful as years past, but we still had plenty of baby chicks hatch. Mrs. Laura's kindergarten class, first of all, I'd just like to thank you guys. That was amazing.
Aren't they the cutest?
That was awesome.
I was kidding you, but.
That was awesome. So nice, thank you. They had 4 baby chicks out of 6 hatch, which I think was the most. And so there's a picture in there as well. just a lot of really good work going on, and one person in particular that I'd like to thank while I was just out for the last month is our amazing assistant principal, Colleen West. Those of you that know Colleen, she is an extremely hard worker, really, really lucky to have her. She managed everything. I didn't get a single phone call the entire time that I was out, which just speaks to her ability to run the building. She can do it all, and we're very lucky to have her and her leadership. And not just assistant principal things, she's leading literacy initiatives and really helping us improve outcomes. It's just been great to have her as part of our team. Thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much all for my report. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Let's see, curriculum, we can move, special services. Report. Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to, yeah,
No, that's
I
fine.
just read curriculum and then,
Do you need me?
yes.
Okay, or did you mean Shay?
Yes.
Oh, okay, didn't
Sorry.
don't have it open.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today, I'm really sorry. I'm like distracted, I don't know what's going on.
That's okay, well, all the kids and all the things. Echoing thank you to the kindergarten, that was just a great way to start. And then following up with the Washington DC and the 8th grade teachers, just the amount of work that goes into that trip is amazing. When you see it put together that way and the staycation and all that went into that fundraising, so kudos to everybody there. So my report just has a few things in there. The assessment cycle's finished up. We will have everything mailed out to parents next Thursday. That'll be report cards, also NEWA results, Acadiance results, the SAS results will be available, are currently available in the parent portal, but we're going to mail you a letter next Thursday for parents to have that access code to get into the parent portal. If you already have your access code, then you can get into the parent portal through the state and see your SAS scores for your students, but that'll be coming home next Thursday. I gave a sample of that in the report. Summer Title I tutoring, we've sent invitations out to families, but we're widening that to include math tutoring as well as reading tutoring. I sent out more invitations today via email. They also have been mailed home, and teachers are also reaching out through classrooms. So if you've gotten one of those invitations for summer tutoring, please reach out to me. We'll make it work for you. Okay, so we've thought about ways to connect parents to tutoring through the rec department. If transportation is an issue for families, we're open to doing that. We really want to have students come into the school and receive that tutoring for reading and math. And so I'm just saying it again, trying to bang the drum. We're going to start doing some phone calls. We do have families that reached out, but we want more. Okay, so if you've gotten an invitation, please reach out with questions or an email. Wisdom updates, so we sent out a survey to staff, grades 2 through 8, and also just with our administrative team and literacy team, and we're going to continue with Wit and Wisdom through grades 2 through 8 for the fall. Our Bridge to Literacy grant that we have at the elementary school is going to investigate with a team of curriculum folks and teachers K1 curriculum. That group is starting up in July or somewhere in the summer. So through our 603 grant, we're going to pursue some curriculum for K1. So we'll keep you updated on that. Again, we're trying to really build a streamlined experience for students so that they have access to high quality materials for literacy. We're finding a lot of success in grade levels with the Wit and Wisdom program, and teachers have been working really hard to lift that off, and so we're happy with that, and more updates on the K1 as we get further into next year. We have something new that's being added into our Level Up program for next year. That's the Level Up program that was added this year in the middle school. It's for 8th graders only, and it's through a company called Explo. And we're working with them to provide career exploration opportunities for our 8th graders in the Level Up class next year. They're project-based learning through they're kind of narrative project-based learning activities, they call them. They're interactive experiences our 8th graders are going to have with careers. So for instance, engineering or architecture or starting a small business, or some of the fun one that they have is forensics, and I think a lot of kids will sign up for that. But so just how careers, how we can open up their minds to all kinds of different careers, plus working together as a team. So that's new, and we have the PTO to thank for supporting that. I think that's coming up later in the agenda, but a huge thank you again, echoing Tim. PTO is everywhere, fingers are in everything in both schools, always supporting kids, always supporting learning. So they're going to support us with XFlow. So more to come on that. And another thank you to the Seacoast Science Center and the Seacoast Hampton Estuary Alliance, which they shorten that to SHAE. And those two groups have donated lots of things to the middle school, but one thing that they did this spring is take all of our 8th graders kayaking out into the marsh here connected to the middle school. One, to learn about the estuary, but also just to celebrate their sense of place where they live, such a beautiful place they live, get them out there, get them experiencing that, and also a celebration for the end of 8th grade. Another thank you to the 8th grade teachers for rolling with that and getting actually in kayaks with kids and experiencing a new experience together. So big thank you to Seacoast Science Center. That's a grant that they write each year, donated to the middle school through their through the Seacoast Science Center. So a little bit of everything there. Questions about any of that? There's a lot more going on, but these all of us just highlights. Busy springs.
Is this the 3rd or 4th year for Wit and Wisdom?
This is finishing the second.
Second year, okay.
Yeah, in grades 2 through 8.
Okay.
I mean, the ELA folks, the team can talk about that in detail in terms of the success that they're seeing with students, the level of rigor. When we say rigor with text, you know, that sometimes feels like, oh, that doesn't feel good from a student experience, but it actually is. The kids love that. They want to dig into literature. They want to dig in and learn about it and write about it. And the Wit and Wisdom program combines the reading and the writing, so they end up reading the text together, the whole group, multiple times in all kinds of ways. Rebecca can speak to that, she's looking at me, but and also write about it in depth. So that's what they've seen as some of the impact is on the writing portion of students, as well as being able to read, you know, complicated texts and background knowledge is part of what Wit and Wisdom offers. So it's embedded in social studies and science content from 2nd grade all the way through. So students not only are reading and writing, they're learning something about history or science. So that's also, teachers are talking about that in the elementary school about student engagement. The engagement's really high because they're learning about things and they love to learn, and so they love to read about it, talk about it. So we've had some really positive experiences with it, and we're seeing, you know, impact on achievement as well because of those things.
Can
But
I
again,
add something
K1 is
about that?
okay.
It's also giving us
Okay.
a great opportunity in our second year to bring it into other classes as well.
Yes.
Like partnering with social studies has been great.
Yes. So we added this year, we had a goal at the middle school this year to integrate science and social studies with the writing portion of Wit and Wisdom. So it integrated into those classrooms and the teachers collaborated to do that. Every student had an experience where they did a writing piece in science or social studies the same way that they do it in the ELA class. So we had that transfer for students this year, which was, again, every year we try to take some portion of these programs and develop them and provide opportunities for staff to work together, and look forward to the K1 group and more work at the elementary school as well. So it's evolving in a positive direction.
Okay, and I think the power of that is that students now realize that things are not taught in isolation, that they're interconnected, that, you know, the social studies teacher is interconnected to what they're reading in ELA, and that science is interconnected. So those skills are transferable. It's not, here's science class, here's math class, here's social studies. So that's, I felt like this year that was one of the powerful effects of cross-grade level.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Great, special services report.
So Director Allison's not here. I would just highlight, she noted that there are currently 140 identified students pre-K through 8 at the middle school as we're reaching the end of the year, and also wanted to acknowledge the fishing derby that was such a success in mid-May, and thank the Sanderson family for their support of that event.
Thank you. And then also I'll look to you as far as finance reports go.
Yes, so your revenue and expenditure reports are both on file, no real surprises in terms of changes from last month. We will be closing out the fiscal year at the end of this month, so we'll have an update for you at the August meeting. Our auditors typically come the second week of July to begin that process, so it takes a little longer to get the finished version of that. That's
Right.
usually more like December, but yeah, we are, you can see the available funds is a pretty small number.
Yeah.
So things remain tight.
Thank you. I'm sorry, did anybody have any questions about the student services or finance report? Okay. So continuing business, I wanted to set a date for a school board retreat. I was hoping to do it before our August meeting so that we can talk about certain things, we can reset goals, kind of just brainstorm some ideas on that. So if you guys could, I believe our August meeting is August 18th, and so I was hoping for scheduling purposes, I was hoping for maybe like the 11th prior to August 11th.
I could do
Or is that too, is that if we?
too far out? No.
I want it, I want it to be at some point between, today and the meeting. And I figured a lot of people, I mean, I'm sure administration and ourselves, July is kind of like it's a tough month to get people together, and so I figured, kind of come back strong and do that, whereas June's kind of, before we know it, it'll already be gone, it'll be already be 4th of July. So, is that
I'm fine on the 11th, I just gotta double check with the tax collectors committee, cause I did tell them I would help out that week that they have education, but
okay?
I could always do it towards the latter of the week if need be, or they
Okay.
might not even need me, so I'll reach out
We
to
were
them.
thinking like a 4:30 start time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if that works. Just kind of like a retreat before the meeting, just so that we can.
I think it's a good idea to reset goals
and
initiatives.
Yep, for the school year. And then that way we can, if we ask of anything from administration or anything, it's, they have time to provide that information and stuff like that. So if does that work for you guys as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can send out a calendar invite to hold that date, and then if
Yep.
anything changes, let Lacey and Rhonda know, and we'll.
Okay.
No, I think that's great. Thank you so much. And then moving on to the climate and culture surveys.
Yeah, I actually think, we talked about that at the last meeting. We've been having some trouble with board docs. I think the item that we intended to have on the agenda was the third-party special education audit.
Oh,
Because the
okay.
climate culture survey we voted on it the last month, that
Oh,
went
okay.
out, we haven't received the
Right.
results of that yet. It was still open for students through the end of this week, so we'll be pulling that together once the company sends us the information, and we can share an update on that in August.
Would that be available for our retreat?
Yes.
Okay, great, cause that would
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
shape up some
Yeah.
ideas. So we'll talk about the third party audit. I know unfortunately I wasn't here last May, and thank you for running the meeting, Jen. I know you guys wanted to wait for me, but I just wanted everybody to know, and I CC'd the board on this, that we did reach out, or I reached out, and I'm just trying to find the email, to Commissioner Davis. When we met with the representation, and you put on your presentation, Mary, of where you guys are at in your process, we decided that we wanted to ask Commissioner Davis to do a full review of, because they only took that small group of children. And to kind of review all the IEPs at that point. And then she was able to, it took a little bit, but she was able to get back to me. I just wanna kinda inform everybody. Unfortunately, these emails kinda hide in each other. You're so efficient. Just because there's so many threads that kinda, okay, I have it here, and I'll read this, because it's public information. So, this is from Commissioner Davis. Dear Lacey, thank you for your letter regarding, the Seabrook School District and the school board's request that the New Hampshire Department of Education expand to review to include all remaining individualized education programs within the district. First, I want to apologize that this request become crossed with a separate RSA 91A request related to the Seabrook special education concern, which was closed out. I'm sorry that I did not follow up with you directly in a timelier manner on this specific request. The department takes concerns regarding the provision of special education services very seriously. Following receipt of the board's request to the department followed up with Superintendent Ado regarding the district's response to the findings from the recent complaint investigation, as it had simultaneously been reported that an independent audit review was underway. The superintendent informed the department that the district individually contacted each parent of a child receiving special education services and advised families that if they believe their child's current levels of performance may have been impacted by services that were missed or undocumented during the school year, they may request their child's IEP team reconvene for a progress monitoring meeting. Families were further informed that the district would provide a detailed analysis of documented services from 2024-2025, review the child's progress since September 2025, and discuss the potential provisions of compensatory services if needed. The department also understands that parents were provided information regarding the state special education complaint process. This process remains available to any parent or individual who believes that the district has failed to comply with state or federal special education requirements. For more information, please see the link. She sent me 2 links that bring you to the DOE. At this time, the department will continue to monitor the Seabrook School District through its established oversight and compliance processes, including annual LEA determinations, PAGS, fiscal monitoring, and other special education compliance related activities. The department will also continue to review any additional information, complaints, or compliance concerns that are brought forward through the appropriate processes and will take further action as warranted. We appreciate the school board's attention to this matter and its commitment to ensuring that students with disabilities receive the services and supports to which they are entitled. The board's continued oversight of the school and district's activities is an important part of ensuring that concerns are identified, addressed, and appropriately monitored at the local level. The department expects the district, with support of its board, to continue working directly with families and to address any missed or undocumented services in accordance with applicable state and federal requirements. Commissioner Davis.
Lacey, could you please forward that to me?
I sure will.
To the,
Yes,
thank you.
I'll do that right now so I don't forget. So that was the response. I know, so they're not going to do a full audit, but because you guys have reached out independently to all of, the students and families on IEPs, they felt that their role is just to continue to monitor the current process that you guys are under. We also collectively looked at some third-party audit firms that do special education auditing. I know Casey, you had a couple. No? Okay.
I had no luck. I reached out to 5 agencies. I heard back from 4. 2 I thought would probably be a good fit, but also want to recognize that we're in a default budget and all of the information I received is that this is a expensive endeavor. That's not to say it's not important, but I think it's something that we need to be planful and mindful about if that's the route we're gonna take. So I talked to Collaborative for Education Services. I have some information, I can read it or I can email it out to you guys. I just kind of typed up notes from the conversation. They have a team of people with expertise in special education, research, evaluation, who are involved with their projects. They would ask us to kind of outline our essential questions and then kind of build from there what they would propose for services. They can do an audit of files as well as consultation. Given the amount of IEPs and time frame, they were approximating $40,000 for full audit review and additional for more consultation if we desired. I reached out to Seaside Educational Consultants. I did not hear back from them. I reached out to New England School Development Council. I did meet with them. They did not have the staffing capacity for an audit of that size. They do much smaller things, although they were helpful and did also refer me to Academic Discoveries. I would say Academic Discoveries and Strategic Calibration Training Systems are the two that I think would be the best fit for Seabrook if we decided to go down this route. Yeah. Academic Discoveries does not have a lot of experience working in New Hampshire, but they do in neighboring states, Mass, Vermont, Rhode Island, and they just started working in New Hampshire. The woman that I spoke to, Nadine, said that they can kind of designate a team based on our highest needs and sort of a la carte services if it was something that we wanted to start and then kind of grow into. They can do a file audit, they can do interviews with staff, they can do focus groups if there are certain areas that we want support with in our special ed department. They would review our online platform as well as interview staff and kind of look at the programming that we're using for special ed. I also talked to Frank Vicente from Strategic Calibration Training Systems. They currently are working in Nashua. They have a lot of experience working in New Hampshire schools. He was able to kind of share an outline of what they've been doing. So they started in Nashua similarly with an audit, and then were able to expand their services from there. Their team, all of the people that work for them, have worked in public schools, and almost all of them are also parents of children with disabilities. They are willing to come in and talk to us pro bono just to kind of give us an overview of their program if we were interested in that. And they can do the audit as well as expand into more. Currently, which I did have permission through them from the superintendent of Nashua to share, that Nashua has contracted them after doing the audit to continue work and help them develop more effective programming for their special ed department and streamlining the process and the needs of their students, which I thought was something that could potentially be beneficial. Personally, after talking to these places, I am wondering if this is something we want to discuss more as we get into the fall for budget season and put into, or try to put into our budget for next year to have some outside consultation.
Or a warrant article.
I think that if we go a route where we are going to have a conversation about having somebody come in and support our whole special ed department and trying to manage the tremendous increase of needs that I know that we're seeing in school against financial constraints and how to best meet both of those needs that are really competing against each other, that we should try to incorporate it in our budget. I personally think that if this is what we want to do to support our students in our community, then we should try to make it part of what we're doing as opposed to a separate warrant article. As we know, I don't know how that will look come March, but I feel like, you know, this is not something we have the finances to do right now.
Right.
We're going into another default year. It's something I think is important and to look at and to continue to explore. And I think maybe trying to be, I don't know if proactive is the right word because we're kind of reacting, but trying to proactively plan for more support if that's what we think that we need.
Did the other two that you mentioned give you a price as well?
Not a direct price. So Academic Discovery said it kind of depended how in-depth we wanted. So they could range from $10,000 to $92,000 depending on how how many files they're ordering, how much consulting they're doing, if we want to do, interviewing with staff, looking at the online platform. She said for the file audit itself, we were probably looking between $25,000 and $30,000. The strategic calibration systems training did not give me a price, but just said they are very dedicated to public ed in New Hampshire, and they would do their best to try to give what they can for what we have available. Again, there's a lot they can do. Price line might mean less, more, it kind of depends.
So would you guys feel comfortable with maybe having one of the ones that you mentioned that you were fond of, one of the two, that would meet pro bono? Maybe they could do some sort of presentation to us in the fall, to be like, this is what we do, this is what's happened before, they're basically here to support our stressed out special education department. And then that way it would tie into budget season, stuff like that. Do you guys feel comfortable doing that and asking for that support? Michelle?
Yeah, if they can come and present, I mean, it would be
Or
obviously
some sort of,
in the future.
they don't have to do a full-fledged, but just something to give us a little bit more information, to support. I mean, I'm very glad that we're looking into, or should I say the special education department's looking into, all IEPs instead of, just that small group and kind of reviewing everything, and I know how much work that takes just to review, 140 IEPs and to set up meetings, and that process and all that time is not lost on me, that in the effort that's being put into reviewing all these IEPs. The new system that we put in place for documentation, things like that hopefully will help as far as this goes. But I am definitely open to having some sort of conversation with one of them to see if it's something that once we hear more in specifics, that if it's something we're interested in and it's something that we can budget for.
Lacey, can I add just a little bit
Yes, of
to your
course.
conversation?
Yes.
So in the commissioner's response to you, she mentioned that, the department also has the PAGS process. And
Yes.
so we are slated in our SAU, all 5 of our districts, for PAGS in the spring of 2028. So next school year, 26-27, will be our year to make sure that we are preparing for that process, which is a very intensive review.
Can you tell me what PAG stands for?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Yeah, sorry, because I just read it and I didn't
Program
know.
approval, I know the first 2 words.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'll find it for you,
Thank you. So,
because those are the only 2 I had also.
program approval, something. But they come into every district.
And
right?
general supervision.
General supervision, there you go. So they come in, it's on a cycle, and this is a brand new process for them that started a little over a year ago. So our 5 districts are slated for spring of 2028. We will be preparing next year for that process to be ready. There will be a leadership team who will be asking a board member to be part of that team that gets together and that's going to meet with the team from the DOE that's going to come in. They are going to do a record review. They are going to meet with staff, and they're going to meet with parents, and there will be all different kinds of steps that we have to go through to ensure that the documentation is appropriate and that all of these things are happening. So that audit is happening because it's required for every district, and that's just when we are slated to do that. So that's one piece of information I just wanted to let you know.
Yes, thank you.
When you're thinking about any kind of other external audit that you may want to do, consider the time that we may have to provide to those teachers and staff that will be pulled to be part of that. Can't occur during instructional time because we can't take services away from students, so we might be looking at additional expense outside of the school day. Just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you.
And you are correct that in addition to sending out those 102 letters to all of the other students that weren't selected for the DDR review, we do have a new system of documentation now. part of that review, it revealed several things to us that we've all been working on, the principals, we've all been working on it together. And one of the big things that it revealed is that not necessarily that the services didn't get delivered, but that they didn't get documented in a way that was meaningful enough to provide the evidence. And so we did switch, as you know, to the Relay Dash program, not just for Seabrook, but we made the switch across the SAU. And we made it late fall, but in earnest, everybody started using it January when we came back from the break. So in April, I took the whole month and I did a review of January, February, March of our providers here. And then in April, after reviewing a number of students, I met with 45 providers here individually to go over the results of their January, February, March, and how they were doing. And I'm really happy to say that the teachers are maintaining very high levels of documentation. The quality of their documentation has improved significantly. We're working on substitute assignments now. The principals have been very generous with ensuring that if special education staff is absent, we have a system now for assigning that substitute coverage and how that gets documented. Because it wasn't that it wasn't happening, it's just that when a sub is covering, maybe it wasn't documented that the sub did that service. So now we have a method for that. So we're putting in some systems in place. These things take time. It takes a lot of energy, like you said, on the part of everybody to do these reviews. I think the staff appreciate when we meet one-on-one with them. And they're doing a great job. And we're just trying to bolster them up. This is hard work, and they're doing good work on behalf of kids. And so just wanted to let you know what's happening on the back end and what we're seeing. So
thank you. As far as sorry, Mary. I just have one question and then you can go. You mentioned that because we're slated, the district, all five are for PAG.
in the same spring, right?
How often does that happen? Is it like
Once
every 5
6 years.
6 years, okay.
It used to be more frequent, and the state didn't have the resources or funding to maintain it, and
Right.
then the process has changed. As Mary stated, this is a new process for them in the last year.
Okay.
A little over a year, I
Yeah,
guess.
the districts that have gone through it, we're learning from them, right? So we meet on a regional level, and we're learning from, those that have gone through it already. And so there's, there's some lessons learned, and they're helping those of us that haven't been through it yet to prepare for what they're looking for. But it's, it's intensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be an intensive review that's coming that we will have to take next year to prepare for. So I think all of the work that we've done, and the way I look at what the DDR process and what it has done for us here, is that it has uncovered some things that maybe needed to happen better. And that's what we're doing now. And so those things are moving in the right direction, I feel, and we're continuing to tweak it as best as we can.
I would just add on, I think our initial focus was really around the compliance piece, and I know that's what the due diligence review piece is particularly focused on, but in response to Casey's comments, I also want to be clear that we are always thinking about the bigger picture as well. How are we preparing students for next steps? How are we addressing the needs of our youngest learners coming in? How are we adapting, modifying programs, and shaping instruction for a population of students that is ever changing and evolving? We added the NEC program at the elementary school because we were seeing a significant increase in needs for students who had autism and had some different needs than what classroom teachers had been dealing with previously. We're expanding into the middle school to better support students as they transition up into middle school who may be on the autism spectrum and have communication related needs, other needs that relate to that particular disability. But that's something we're always trying to forecast. With respect to training, it's difficult to do training with the limited funding that we have.
Yes.
We have very limited days. A lot of the time this year has been particularly focused on compliance. I know at the elementary school next year, a lot of it will be focused on literacy to meet the requirements of the literacy grant that we've accepted. We have a new Medicaid system that we also are having to impose upon people, and we're going to be beginning that process, as Mary describes, of PAGs. So considering we have about 5 professional development days available to us with teachers, that's a lot to fit in. So we try to make the best use of time, but unless we are also setting aside money to pay staff for some additional time to do additional training and money for some additional trainers, we try to take some of that out of the IDEA grant when possible, but our budget is very lean. And so most of the training that we're able to do winds up occurring in-house, or if we beg and plead with folks that we know to come and do it for us free, and or we're partnering with other districts. So I appreciate the thought. I think a lot of it comes back to it's very difficult to continue to operate in a default budget. And as Casey points out, special education needs and costs are not declining. They continue to represent a significant share of your budget. And as your population shrinks, the share of the budget devoted to special education has been increasing. So I don't expect those challenges to change. And we look forward to partnering with you around continuing to improve upon our work and service delivery to students with disabilities.
Thank you. Do we want, what's the desire of the board? Do we want to make a motion to do this, to not do this, to table it, to get more information? What are you guys thinking? You could make a motion for you to reach out for more information, or
you don't necessarily need one. I mean, if that's the will of the board to have them
Okay.
come and do a
As long as
presentation
it's-
for you this fall, I think that's clear. It'll be documented.
Okay, yeah, as long as it's documented so everybody knows that. And do you mind kind of embracing that role?
No, and thank you, Casey,
Yeah,
for all
thank
your
you.
hard work on
Yeah,
that,
absolutely.
because I've been
Your
doing
due
no work
diligence.
I didn't either, I googled it and came across it.
My professional background helped me have some leads to find the right people.
So we can all agree that we'll ask Casey to kind of explore this more. And you feel comfortable with that? Yep. Okay, wonderful. And thank you. Oh, did you want to?
Sure, if you're done.
Yeah, and then after you, I'll close public comment.
The last thing we wanted to mention, we would feel terrible if we did not thank Angel Gorin and April Nickel. They are welcoming us on a whale watch adventure tomorrow. I was looking up at all of the thank yous and realized that we missed out on thanking them. Hasn't happened yet, but they work really hard to make sure that our 8th grade has a really fabulous time. Last year, through no fault of their own.
The weather was rough.
Last year was my daughter's.
It was, and I feel like they caught a lot of flack.
Oh, that's not their fault at all.
Exactly the point, right, they did, and I just wanted to make sure that I pointed out that these two women literally give us a vessel for the day. They cannot control the weather. Last year they did everything, and their faithful captains did a wonderful job making sure that our kids were well tended to. They turned us back around, and they have re-invited us out on this boat for tomorrow, and the weather gods are with us. It's going to be 90 and flat seas, and we are just so grateful for them for this experience that we know is going to be amazing tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure before I left that
Definitely.
I just said thank you so much to them and their team, and we're really looking forward to a day at sea.
Rebecca, can you tell me Angel Goron and what's the other name?
April Nickel.
Thank you.
Yep, Angel Gorin and April Nickel, they are twin sisters who are the Gorin sisters. It's a family-run business. They've been in Seabrook for, I can't even imagine, 50, 60 years. Forever. So it's
Forever and a day.
Forever and a day, and we're so grateful that they've decided to give us this gift. So
That's right.
thank you. And I think I have one permission slip.
Oh, yeah, you sure do.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Always there. All right, great.
Thank you.
We got it. We're all going.
She's still groveling for more.
There we go. I'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, I'm going to close public comment at 5:59. All right, so we'll move on to Seabrook program assurances.
Yeah, so the last month, the board reviewed the general, what are called the general assurances, which are overall federal funding compliance requirements that are required for us to receive funds under our various title programs, so Title I, Title II, Title IV, and IDEA.
I am so sorry, we also didn't thank Mo's subs. But we're so grateful.
I'm gonna get a track like the Grammys and play the music.
I tell you, I know, like, get on with it, Turbon, but there's so many people who do so many great things for our kids,
We're so
and it's
lucky.
so unfair that I forgot them, so. They gave us a great deal on subs tomorrow, they're all getting one.
Yay, So this is
So that's
basically.
what you saw, the first part of this.
Yeah.
The second part is the specific program assurances. So these are the specific requirements for spending under Title I, for example, spending under IDEA, how those funds can be obligated and used, and program requirements that we have to meet. So there's no motion required. We're sharing that with you for information. It will be submitted as part of our consolidated application.
Okay, thank you so much. Any questions? No? Okay, let's move on to summer hiring.
So we have several positions that we are hoping to hire tonight. I believe we still have I know we still have a couple of positions open, including a school counselor, a special education teacher. So because it is difficult to pull a quorum of the board together, and the board has been participating in the hiring process, we typically ask for a motion to allow us to hire over the summer, subject to your ratification in the fall, so that we can have staff in place and not be waiting until August.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion to authorize superintendent of schools to offer contracts during June, July, and August.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Unanimous, thank you.
And thank you for keeping us appraised of the interviews.
Trying.
Yeah.
We have some good ones for you tonight, so
Come to
we're
as
getting there.
many as I can.
We're getting there. We appreciate it. Thank you to all of you for your willingness to support us.
Alright, so we'll move to the 27-28 budget development timeline and deliberative session.
Yes, so Matt and Nancy put together a timeline for you. This aligns with when we have to have budget ready to present to the budget committee here in Seabrook, and proposes a deliberative session for Monday, February 1st at 7 p.m.
Okay. And this is similar to years past.
Correct.
It's usually the same time frame. Okay. Alright, any questions on that from everybody? Okay, so we will move on to the 26th.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget timeline and hold the deliberative session on Monday, February 1st, 2027 at 7 p.m.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Just yell at me. I don't even know what I'm doing
No, that's
tonight.
alright. You're doing fine.
Thanks, Dal. 26-27 board meeting schedule.
So this was also included in the joint board document. We didn't receive any requests to change dates, so this is just informational.
Thank you. Awesome, and so our wonderful PTO, acceptance of gift from the Seabrook PTO.
Yes, so we have two. The first one is for the middle school, and I believe Lauren mentioned that as part of her report, but they donated $7,400 for staff training with Explo for hands-on career exploration.
Unbelievable, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
They did say if you have questions to just ask.
Yeah, no, it's just unbelievable how much you guys do. Thank you.
It really is.
It really is. Thank you. And a lot of this stuff, I mean, if we didn't have you and we keep getting these default budgets, I don't know what we
I just
would
wanna
do.
know if Casey sleeps.
I don't think so.
Do you sleep at all?
She takes 20 minute
ask
naps.
for a new sound system for the
So can we,
auditorium.
can we combine
Second
them? The motions, or do you need two
Ooh,
separate?
what, two separate?
It's probably easier for Denise if
They're two separate.
Okay, alright,
Alright.
go ahead, Joe.
I'll make a motion to accept the donation of $7,400 from the Seabrook PTO to the Seabrook Middle School for staff training with Explo to implement a hands-on career exploration course during Level Up class.
Oh.
That's a
Go
lot.
ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Oh.
am I allowed to vote on this?
You can or you can abstain if you prefer. It's not your personal donation.
Well, I'll second that. I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And then the other motion?
Go ahead, Michelle, keep it going.
All right, I lost my place. All right, motion to accept a donation of $7,600 from the Seabrook PTO to the Seabrook Elementary School to purchase teacher supplies for the 26-27 school year.
We'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These next two items on the agenda, school board member had asked to be put these on the agenda. She is not here tonight. One was a non-resident public comment policy. Currently, I believe in our public comment policy, we don't allow for non-residents to speak because they're not residents of Seabrook. They usually don't have children in Seabrook. I don't think this applies to our teachers when we hear teachers or staff speak.
The board has made an exception to allow
To staff, that aren't technically residents. So she's not here, so I don't know if we wanna just table it.
Yeah.
Same with, oh, I'm sorry.
I would just note that the board can waive its policy, right, at any time.
Okay.
So if you choose not to create a separate policy, that doesn't preclude you from allowing a non-resident to speak, but the board would have to take action at the meeting to let them
In
speak.
order to let them,
Okay.
okay, thank you for
That's good to
that,
know.
that's
That makes sense.
clarifying,
Yeah.
yeah. And then exit interviews,
Are you gonna table that discussion until the
yes,
next
please,
meeting?
yes. Actually, no, because if we decide,
Right,
cause
we
you
can
know,
waive it.
we can waive it at that moment, so no, we don't need to table that, we got it, yeah, no,
I agree.
yeah. Thank you, Denise. The next one was, exit interviews. I'm not really sure, what she had in mind, so if we wanna table that until, August. If that's alright with everybody. And then we'll move on to personnel.
For non-public.
For non-public,
Some
I'm sorry.
nominations
Why
to
is-
review.
I think mine's different.
It's in the
It's
right
the-
place,
okay.
it's just that.
Then you gotta like.
Okay, thank you, cause I'm like, what is going on?
I have
Um,
future meetings next.
Yes,
Yeah.
future meetings, so, like we said before, next school board meeting, Tuesday, August 18th at 4:30 PM. We will be having a retreat, hopefully August 11th at 4:30 PM. And then I will need, a motion to go into non-public.
Roll call.
Oh,
I'll make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A:3
I'm not here today.
to B.
okay.
I'll second.
At 6:07, Michelle.
And, Jen second?
Jen second. And Jennifer,
Yes.
Lacey,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Tracy.
Yes.
You're in non-public.
Thank you. Dan, let us know when we're good.
until July.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Who's making the motion? We are back.
A motion
But I already
To
scheduled
return.
it.
to return
Yes.
to public session
Okay,
I
at
make it-
6:26 p.m.
at 6:26, yeah.
Second,
I'll second.
Jen?
Jen, and all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you.
And I'll make a motion to accept the superintendent's nomination of Maria McCoy as a speech language pathologist for the 26-27 school year.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Yes, thank you.
I might as well keep going. Motion to accept the superintendent's nomination of Cassandra Long as the board certified behavior analysis BCBA for the 26-27 school year.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Yes, thank you.
And motion to accept the superintendent's nomination of Anna Luker as a special education teacher for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Jen?
Oh my God, guys. To adjourn.
I'll second it.
27,
Seconded by Michelle, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Oh, and make sure, did you get these back from people? Or was it just me? Okay, oh, cause I wasn't here last time.
Letter.
Oh, I should've used pink on pink. Yes, thank you. Yep, thank you, Michelle. Yep.
I should.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.